host because, Michael, he's not busy enough. If you'd have told me 20 years ago, because I remember he broke in the early 90s, that Michael Strahan would be a star on television, I'd be like, he's a defensive lineman. It's always quarterbacks. And, Michael, are you ever a little surprised? Good Morning America, Fox, game shows. You ever pinch yourself and think, I'm not even sure I thought this would work out like it's worked out?
Man, every day. Every day I wake up, I'm like, holy smoke, do I really get to do this? But, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm like, defensive linemen didn't get anything like this. We were just kind of the big guys who put on the helmet, chase the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks had all the luck.
Well, you deserve all of it. You work your tail off. I was thinking about something the other day. You broke in with the New York Giants in 1993. If I recall, that was the last year of Lawrence Taylor, 1993. And you were you overlapped in a year. When people talk about Khalil Mack, I have said he's the closest thing I've seen to Lawrence Taylor, though I don't know if there'll ever be a Lawrence Taylor. Because you entered the league when he was leaving it, what do you remember about Lawrence the player?
Well, the one thing that I got, he may have been leaving the league, and I may have caught him his last year, but he was still incredible. I mean, it was incredible to watch. It was incredible to watch the games. It was incredible to watch him at practice. And the things he was able to do, even at that point, coming off of a torn Achilles, were things that guys completely healthy could never do. And Earl Leggett, our defensive line coach, used to run the film back and, okay, try this and try that. You see how this guy did this and how this guy did that. Well, he was showing something Lawrence did one day, and he just stopped the film after running it back about 15 times and said, I can't teach you that. Lawrence was just that. He was just that special. And Khalil Mack is an incredible player. I mean, the way he started out this season is unbelievable. But there's not, and there never will be another Lawrence Taylor. There'll be a first Khalil Mack, and some other guys be compared to him. But Lawrence Taylor's on a stratosphere. So I don't even say that anybody's going to be the next Lawrence Taylor. Nobody can be.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I do think Khalil's really special, and some of his stuff you can't teach.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying that stardom is an interesting thing. Kendall Jenner doesn't sing. She doesn't act. She doesn't dance. But in Hollywood, she would walk in a restaurant and be the biggest star 99% of the time. You can't explain stardom. And you are a star. You got personality. You played in New York. I can't add all the things up, but you're a star. I got to tell you, Baker Mayfield hasn't played a game. He's in the top 10 in jersey sales. Michael, outside of the game tonight, Rams-Vikings, the most excited I am to watch a game Sunday is Baker Mayfield against the Raiders. There is something to this kid, and I don't think he's as good as Carson Wentz. But do you kind of sense we're looking at the next star in the league?
Well, when was the last time you were excited about really seeing a Rams game? I mean, I was just hoping for them to get a win. And the way they got the win, when they played the Jets was something, because here he comes off the bench. And I always say to people, certain people have the it factor. They walk in a room and they're there. They leave the room and you can feel the energy leave with them. He is that guy. He has that. And it was as if he got into the game and his teammates, they played better. Their energy picked up. The stadium picked up. My TV screen seemed brighter and more clear. I don't know what the kid, he just has it. And I'm excited to see him play. And I think, he's, a lot of people may have that swagger of, Johnny Manziel or whatever it may be and all that. But I just think they like to compare those guys. I don't think there's any comparison. I think that this kid, he's a walk-on. You're a walk-on, and you win a Heisman Trophy. There's something special that you have, and it's desire that you have, and that desire for him comes with his play on the field, and also just come through in his personality.
Thursday Night Football, Vikings-Rams. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on Fox, 4:30 Pacific. Michael will host it with Terry and Howie. And I've worked at Fox for a couple of years. It's the best group of guys I've ever worked with, and I can't wait for tonight. Jon Gruden is interesting. I was saying a couple of weeks ago, 10 years ago, a coach could walk into a locker room and say, nobody talks politics. And that was understood. If you walked into a locker room and said that today, you'd get pushback. Gruden's been out of the league for 10 years. Players have changed. They have stronger opinions. Players are now empowered. They have shoe deals. Do you think the Gruden thing's going to work?
That's the hard thing. That's why I always look and think why certain coaches He's had success in the NFL before, so I think maybe he can adapt to that. I think he's going to have to adapt to that to survive. Tom Coughlin adapted, to be honest with you. And you look at coaches who didn't have success in the NFL. Nick Saban, extremely popular, extremely great in college, and the pros not much success because you do have to adapt to the times of the player. You have players now who have choices, who can become free agents, who can say, I don't want to be here anymore, just like Khalil Mack, and leave. When you're coaching like you're a college coach, where you have guys you think are on scholarship and they're going to leave after 4 years because they have nowhere else to go, or it's going to be tough that if they transfer, they can't play. Pro football is not that. Players right now in the financial situations that they're in definitely have more power. And it's a different league. It's a different player. Even for me, I think differently than these young guys. And I don't, and I was not that long ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's completely different. It's going to be tough for Gruden. I think it's going to be the toughest thing is player adjustment.
Yeah. Co-host of Good Morning America. News. God, he talks news now. He has to talk some politics and football. And what a life, Michael Strahan, tonight with Howie and Terry. You're a good dude. I appreciate you giving us time. You're busy as heck. Michael, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Thursday nights, those guys make it fun every time. And we know we got a lot to live up to because we have to keep up with our, guys at home on Sundays with Kurt and Jay and everybody else. So we got to represent them well tonight.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.